Radio Canada have learned provincial Liberal Party leader Pablo Rodriguez is resigning after only 6 months on the job. The former federal cabinet minister has been caught up in allegations of illegal campaign donations. The CBC's Hilary Johnstone is here with the details on all of this. So tell us more about what details we're learning this hour.
We are learning some more details, all of this courtesy of our colleagues at Radio Canada, who are now reporting through their sources that the reason why Pablo Rodriguez has decided to resign, to step down as leader of the Quebec Liberal Party, is because he believes he's becoming too much of a distraction and that it is harming the party. It was also expected that he was going to announce this to his caucus a little bit earlier on this morning. In terms of any sort of formal official announcement to the public, we are not anticipating that that will come until sometime tomorrow unless things change. And as Arthi was just saying there, Pablo Rodriguez has only been in this role for 6 times. That is the shortest tenure of any leader of the Quebec Liberal Party since it was created back in 1867. So certainly very notable and historic that he has decided to resign. And this is because of a number of recent allegations that the party has been facing. Most recently, a Quebec businessman was allegedly to the party that he had been reimbursing donors who contributed to Pablo Rodriguez's campaign at a fundraising event that he held at his home in April. People who could not afford the $500 donation, it is alleged that that businessman paid it for them. That is illegal, according to Quebec election laws. Now, all of this, though, really started back in mid-November, and that is when a Liberal MNA, who was also the parliamentary leader at the time, fired her chief of staff without consulting Rodriguez. And there were these breach of trust allegations, and then just the very next day, the Journal de Montréal published alleged text messages that suggested that some members of the party had received $100 in exchange for voting for Rodriguez in the party's leadership race. And because of those allegations, Quebec's anti-corruption police have actually now launched an official investigation into these pay-for-vote schemes. So certainly a number of crises that this party has been facing, but yes, it is expected now that that official word will come at some point tomorrow.
You know, Hilary, you just touched on the fact that it's just one of a number of crises that the party is facing. What else are some of the controversies that we know are sort of swirling around Quebec's Liberal Party?
So just in the last couple of days, he had vowed that he was not going to leave, despite the fact that you had a number of prominent Liberal politicians in Quebec who had come out and had said that they felt that he should. So certainly it had started to expose that there were some cracks here, that there were those within the Quebec Liberal Party who felt that he maybe should not be staying on. And then you had all these other allegations that were coming out, and this police investigation as well, which is certainly very notable. So all of that together, it is understood from our colleagues at Radio Canada that he felt he simply could not stay on any longer, that he was a distraction and that he was harming the party. Remember that the next provincial election is less than a year away. It is coming up October of 2026. So they only have 10 months or so now to potentially find a new leader. It's anticipated that there might be a leadership race. It might last 4 to 6 weeks. They do have the opportunity to appoint someone, but it is understood through those Radio Canada sources that they might be looking at a short leadership race in the new year.
But the party under a lot of pressure.
Absolutely.
Thank you for this. That
Thank
is
you.
the CBC's Hilary Johnstone reporting.